ESEA.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League. It's been a long wait. We've been waiting patiently, suspensefully.
A little bit.
For the end of this match.
A little bit.
It's 9-13. I didn't incorrectly say it was 13-10. It's 13-9. CLG's behind the scoreboard with all these restarts.
Yes.
That's with my head. But yeah, we have a new server, which is fantastic. We have all 10 players in server, which is fantastic. And we also have both coaches in the appropriate slots, which is also fantastic.
I hope so.
That was the issue that we were having, is some mix-up on who's joining which slot with the players accidentally joining the coach's slot. So when they match medic, it gives the wrong people money and they can't swap out. So it's been an ordeal. It's been a process. But we're going to get through this.
Amateur hour.
Well, yeah.
Come on. Come on, coaches. Just join last. How about that? Stop joining player slots, messing things up. Come on, Gert. Expect more out of you, Gert.
For those wondering, the coach of CLG's name is Garrett, but his alias was GRT.
So we call him Gert.
Yeah, that's how
Skirt
it's pronounced. Yeah, no words at this point. Yeah, we're just yeah. It's been a long match, and it's not over yet. So yeah, it's just waiting for them again to go live. Seems like I'm in deja vu just eternally.
It's okay. You know, we're all in that state of mind. It's like Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray. We're just going through the same thing over and over, thousands of times, and then we learn that there's more to life than just being the best. Okay, Jason? You learn to interact with people and life lessons that true love does exist.
Is that what the movie was about?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the synapse for the movie.
Oh yeah, because he was like was he a weatherman?
He's a weatherman.
He's like an overworked weatherman trying to like get top ratings.
He's like, he would always want to be at the top. He doesn't care who's in the way and stuff. And then he finds someone that he really cares about, and it shows the story and how he finds true love.
Okay, so that's the route you want to take this deja vu feeling. What's that movie that just came out with Tom Cruise in it, where they fight? Every time he dies, he respawns. It's like literally a video game, an action movie.
It's not Day After Tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
See, that's how I would prefer deja vu to be. Is like when you're like you constantly just get respawned, and you have to beat.
You want to die all the time?
Well, yeah, but you come back alive.
But you still got to feel the death and pain and everything, right?
I don't know.
It's kind of.
I'm not sure.
Kind of weird, Jason.
Regardless. Let's move on to some Counter-Strike. You guys can see it up on your screen. It's a celebration here at the ESL Studios. 0-0 at the moment. I believe that fixes after the first round is completed of this restart. It's been a long break for both of these teams, so both playing a little bit passively to kind of, get back into the swing of things.
Get back into things. And CLG's doing a 2-on-2. Cutler leaves the window. They leave middle completely open and stacking 3 towards A right now. Cloud9, though, just sitting back, waiting it out a little more. Why not? They've already waited this long. Why not wait a little more?
Why not wait a little bit longer? Sui's going to be lining up smoke for mid, and it is going to be mid control. So window is going to be blocked off.
I thought he was going to hit that.
Yeah, that would have been obviously amazing. That would have been incredible. Either way, mid control. There was a smoke halfway up catwalk, smoke in window room. Smoke on catwalk is just now faded, but Cloud9 has everything they could want from mid. It looks like it's going to be a crunch towards it could be a crunch towards either one, actually. So this setup with 3 players in mid, Shroud at B and Stewie over towards A, this turns either Stewie or Shroud into a lurker or into just an off hit. Shroud's going to meet up in mid, though. So it's Stewie coming from Palace, but Cutler gets that first kill. Here comes the Molotov from Stewie. He's got to be careful. CLG's being very aggressive. 2 players on ramp. I don't think Cloud9 realizes this quite yet, and it almost looks like there wants to be an adjustment, but Stewie is just being stalled out in Palace. Skadoodle, meanwhile, has gotten all the way towards jungle. There's the swing out. Stewie does fall. Skadoodle, meanwhile, recovers onto Hazed. He's got 2 more. 1 on ramp, 1 in CT spawn. 25 seconds left on the clock. This is the bomb, but Skadoodle doesn't know there's 1 more on ramp, and Ethan's about to ruin his day. Here comes the peak. Bomb down, 15 seconds. They've got to recover it. They don't have a lot of time. They have 1 Molotov to use, and Shroud's been dinked. Ethan has saved this round for CLG. Good positioning, and that brings it up to 10-13.
Cloud9 came in, bringing it back. That was a nice win, and Ethan definitely saved the round for them because they had great positioning, and it looked like Cloud9 was about to take this round away from them, but they didn't because of Ethan. Ethan saved the day.
It's all because of Ethan.
He's my superhero. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's not.
Yeah. Once again, there's an opening kill from Cutler. Nice peek and connector. So CLG, this extended break, at least to start things off, seems to have helped them, you know, get their legs back beneath, and they could talk about some things. They've come into this with some renewed confidence, you know, maybe having the time to forget about that run. But Shroud through the smoke does great damage onto Hayes. Recovers by bringing Shroud back to 34 HP.
Stewie's, he's still in the A Palace area, and CLG switching spots. So Cutler, who was towards the window area, swings back to A with his AWP. I like this move because Cloud9 is coming back to A with the bomb, and so Cutler could get some AWP kills here at A ramp if Cloud9 does not smoke him out in T spawn. Or CT spawn.
They only have one smoke, and that's on nothing. So they basically have to pick and choose where it's going to be. And it looks for the moment he almost wants to like come out. It looks like and decide from there. That or the smoke will just not go all the way towards CT spawn. But Ethan, he's going to get found out by Shroud. 2 entry kills. Beautiful job by Shroud over towards jungle. And Cutler still hasn't been able to find anything with his AWP. Smoke comes out late. And he's going to be in a tough spot. Molotov behind it as well. Shroud still controlling the complete middle portion of this map. No one can come jungle. No one can come window room. And CLG didn't even rotate. I mean, there's still a player in the B bomb sites like multiple seconds after this bomb has been planted. This is looking highly unlikely for CLG.
Yeah, that was a little interesting by CLG. They got the first pick, and they failed to rotate, even though Cloud9 took a long time to
They're not even gonna go for
kills and smokes. I think it's kind of smart. Save some guns, save some money. They weren't in that okay of positionings, and Cloud9 had the bomb down, and
yeah,
it's 4-on-3 too.
My biggest issue with it, the save at that point is not a bad call, but I mean, it's just amazing that with the time, with the kills coming out, with that opening pick, they just didn't get themselves in better position to actually defend or retake that.
Yeah, that was definitely.
And that's a pretty big blunder, all things considered, because that's a reset on the economy. They won the previous round, and they immediately lose. So, I mean, the money is hurt. They might be able to drop some things over, but they choose not even to do that because it's Hayes who doesn't even have a gun who has 3,100. Oh, they are going to buy up late. So Hayes goes for the Famos late. 5-7 on Ethan, so they are going to fight for this round. They do still have some things to use, obviously. Cutler with the AWP, Sub Rosa, and Kusa with the AKs.
Cloud9, though, is set up for a B take. They have 4 people in the B hall, and Stewie's in the middle just flashing, smoking around, trying to get some things, and Cloud9, though, is going to be rushing B right now.
Yeah, and actually, Sub Rosa's burning. He's got to get out of there, and he does. He finds his way through. And this gets stopped completely by CLG. And this is the time they didn't even have to think about where they wanted to rotate to. They had 3 players at this B bomb site. So Cloud9, oh, that's a sick shot by Skadoodle. Brings him right back into this round. But Sub Rosa, again, just peeking the awkward angles. Almost finds a second one. And now Skadoodle, he's in a tough spot. 1-on-3, trying to bait out one peek. There's the 5-7. And eventually that triangle just collapses around Skadoodle. So with the investment, with those saved weapons, CLG, they make this work. It's 11-14.
Yeah, I think if Cloud9 had to smoke to cut off that Molotov in the B halls, they would have been able to help nothing out in the bomb site, or maybe get some kills.
I think the big thing was just the fact that CLG had 3 players that B site. Even though Sub Rosa is burning and he doesn't have great impact on the initial hit, the fact that there's 2 players on Catwalk, Cloud9 with that information is focusing mostly there, which gives Sub Rosa the time to finally find the play that he wants to make. So 14-11, and there's no AWP on the Cloud9 side, so one more test for CLG. This is much more patient round from Cloud9, obviously, not that B rush. This is more of that default with Stewie and Halls. But this time it doesn't look like they're going to be going for mid control.
No, it doesn't. CLG has a pretty strong hold on mid, and Cloud9 just running back and forth through their T-spawn, trying to figure out what area of the map they're going to work. It looks like Stewie's taking the bomb towards B. It looks like it's going to be an A fake into a B plant. So let's see if CLG gets bit by this fake. So far, nothing right now. He's about to smoke. No, he decides not to smoke. CLG's still spotted the middle and have not seen anything. So they expect it's going to be an A take, but they might fall for this. And Sub Rose is leaving B already. They have 4 CLG in A, and Sub Rose is leaving B. This would be a plan for Cloud9 and B. And Shroud getting 2 kills.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the actual The actual fake works a little bit, the initial hit to fake it out works better than expected. Although eventually they do even things out on the CLG side. It's 3-3, but Automatic's in great position. Although that one sight of the leg, I think Cutler had to have spotted him. And he is going to turn this corner. He is going to pre-fire with the AWP. That's a nice kill. Stewie's on catwalk. Skadoodle's going to be coming behind as well. So now it's a little bit difficult. CLG might think there's at least one player in this site, but both coming from catwalk. Flashbang and a peek. That's going to yield a kill for Stewie onto Cutler, and that's the opt-down as well. Kusta picks up his old friend, and he's going to get the jumping shot, but he can't respond. Just that second peek from Stewie ends things.
I don't know why Cutler decided to defuse a bomb when he had the op. You know, he should be the one opping angles and have his teammate. Like he was, look at, he was running towards the bomb right there at the end instead of holding a nice angle towards catwalk.
Yeah, I mean, I just think he's maybe trying to get in a position. I don't know if he's probably just not expecting that kind of aggressive peek from Cloud9 until the bomb is tapped. So I think it's just surprising out of C9. Either way, 15-11 now. Shroud once again going for that jump shot. Almost looked like to be able to pull it off, but this win-loss sequence for CLG has been brutal. They're left on this round with just a scout, just pistols, and the
nice little dodge. In real life, you're taking on his legs.
The arrogance of pushing up mid with just pistols. This is, why not? Go for a surprising play. Cloud9, it seems like they have an indication that he's there, although Automatic gets, oh wow, Hayes with 2 dinks. Can't complete either of the kills. And thankfully, Skadoodle and Stewie respond.
Color just picks off Automatic though. And looks like Cloud9's taking the bomb towards B. But they're slowing it down because they just got picked off. Nothing exchanging kills. Good job by Cloud9. And then it seems like they're going to be rushing out B halls right now.
Yeah, why not? And it seems like CLG is starting to collapse over towards this B bomb site, but they are so locked out, they don't really have a lot of tools to use. Kusta's got to be big with this 5-7. He's got the kit as well. And the other thing, with them separated with that kit, if he falls with it, I mean, it's going to be very, very tough for them to have to pick that up and then defuse afterwards. Thankfully, Cloud9 slowed down. Yeah.
I don't know. This hesitation might hurt them, but then again, maybe all these mind games, CLG is like, maybe they're going back to A.
Yeah, this is where they're trying to let CLG really sweat it out, and it works because look at just the small amount that Cutler moves away. Kusta as well is back towards that A bomb site, and that lets them safely get in and plant the bomb. So patience is a virtue, and now it's going to have to be a monstrous retake with the scout. Even Window is smoked off, and then Molotov did mark it, so no entrance quite yet. That kit is going to help him out. That Molly is going to force Stewie away, but he can easily just slide over. He doesn't have to actually peek. Scout on the entrance. Cutler, he gets the tag. But that's going to be it. Skadoodle cleans both of them up. Kusta and Cutler fall. So finally, bit of a marathon thanks to some technical issues, but we get it, or Cloud9 gets it done.
They get it done. We got it done. It's all a good game. Very solid game by Cloud9. They played it well. They didn't panic. Even though they were down 7-0, they didn't panic. And they were
even during the long break, they didn't panic.
They didn't panic. They did lose that round though, but again, they just got back into it.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of getting back into it, we have Tom and Ryu recovering after their long break. That 7-0 start was so long ago, guys, but what did you think of it?
Well, it was just like we were talking about before the break. You know, can't let your foot up off the gas, and that's exactly what they did. They were up 7-0. Kusta was looking great. He had that awesome pistol round initially. Clutches that amazing, 3 versus 1. They were up 6-0, eventually 7-0, and then they just fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, when you have an advantage like that you have not only the pistol round, the next 2, you win the first gun round, and then you basically force another eco with a miracle 1v3. That's not something you can generally count on happening regularly, and that's the opening that the best teams in the world will capitalize on. So taking 7 on T side, it looked like, hey, maybe they're going to be playing better than we thought. A little bit of heroics from Kusta early, but then Cloud9 had a little bit of time to recover. When they picked up the double op, I thought it was interesting that it was automatic with the second op, not Stewie. And he and Skadoodle, I think, struggled. Even you saw in that 1v3, they were both missing some shots, but Cloud9 came back. On that T side, it seemed like Shroud was the one after that break, that really extended break. That kind of got hot. He was just running in immediately, one bulleting 2 people. I think he did it 2 or 3 times at bomb set A. One time it was actually a fake that let them get into B. And just too much firepower for CLG. And like you said, they definitely let their foot off the gas.
Yeah, it was Shroud bringing him back for C9. But I want to talk about Stewie's stats because Stewie's always going huge. Man, what was he? 25-14 this game. So, that's what I'm talking about is exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Cloud9, whenever someone's starting off slow, they always have someone else to help them up and pick up the slack.
Yeah, and with Stewie, before the technical difficulties in the second half, he was able to just basically push out Palace, run out into bomb site A, and get a kill. There was one round that both rifles that had saved from the previous round were playing in bomb site A, and Stewie ran out. Even if it was a gun round, they would have won it just off the back of Stewie's aggressiveness. Just pushes it. He makes it look extremely easy, and he did that before the break. But then after the break, coming back from the technical difficulties, Shroud seemed to be the one that really found it. Good overall game from Skadoodle as well. I don't want to leave him off because we did see that he still had some of those inconsistencies that he's known for, but he played pretty well today, and Stewie did enough to get the job done, and they were able to come from 0-7 to close that out fairly convincingly.
Yeah, and a little bit of a slow start for Automatic. I think this is the first time we've seen him for C9 kind of, slowly getting his footing. But again, always have someone to pick up your slack, and in this game it's going to be Stewie and Shroud. But just overall, hats off to C9. They move up to 9-0 overall, and that's going to be, 0-1 for CLG. They had their opportunity. They just let it slip away from them.
Yeah, just as quick closing thoughts. I mean, if you have arguably the best team in the region right now, minus SK, if you have them on the ropes, you need to capitalize on it. There was an opening that Kuste kind of punched open for them, and they just weren't able to close it. And Cloud9 snuck their way back into that game, closed the half with the lead, and were able to seal the deal and take map 1.
All right, guys. Well, I want to give a shout out to the Score Esports. That's the best place for news and stats. So take out your phone on your iOS device or your Android device. Go to the Google Play App Store and check it out. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have the second map going on between C9 and CLG right after this break.